Hello, welcome to Beer on the Keyboard. This is Michael here. I'm by myself. I'm sitting on the couch and I'm playing myself some Star Fox 64. I've kind of decided that, me playing this game is going to be my happy place, and you know, it's a game that's very near and dear to me. If you watched my other Star Fox episode, Route 21 with Gina, you'll know that I've been playing this game pretty much my whole life, ever since it came out, since I was a little kid. Still have my original copy. Shit, I saw my player's guide, which I actually busted out and is sitting right next to me. And I kind of decided that we're going to do all of the routes. Not in this one episode. I'm just going to do one route in this episode. But I kind of wanted to do just like all of the routes by the end of the year. And it'll be interesting because as somebody who's played it a lot, I have my personal favorite routes. You know, I've got my levels that I'd like to avoid because I don't like them as much. And I've also got my high score routes that I try and do as well. And this is going to be weird because I'm going to go in numerical order, at least the numbers that are listed in the player's guide. And so I'm going to start with Route 1, which is basically going to be me failing every fucking mission and making it all the way to Venom and losing the game because I make it to the wrong side of Venom. So anyway, yeah, we'll get started. Like I said, I got my player's guide sitting in front of me, and I'm actually going to be reading little blurps out of that because I thought it would be kind of amusing. You see, back in the day, player's guides were, like, way better. Like, they fucking had all sorts of lore and crazy stuff in them. The Star Fox 64 player's guide is a great example of that. It's got, like, not quite blueprints, but, like, schematics of the R-Wing and of the Landmaster and the Blue Marine. And, yeah, there's some pretty rad stuff for all of the planets, too, like the planetary data. It's got the radius, albedo, gravity, escape velocity, equilibrium, atmosphere, hydrographics, biomass, and class for every planet, which is nuts. I don't know what half those words mean. I think I have to look up albedo because I think it has something to do with how much light reflects off of it, but I don't know. I did not major in astronomy. Astrology? No, astrology is the stupid one that's in newspapers. It's astronomy. Yeah, I didn't major in that. I did take an astronomy class in college, though, so I maybe should have known that, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so yeah, the another cool thing that they do, too, is they give you more details on all of the missions. So it says here, I can't do a General Pepper voice, but it says here, Fox, the military situation on Corneria is deteriorating. Andross's advanced forces have finally breached our defenses and are assaulting the capital. We've held them back for as long as possible, but now we need your help. The main thrust of Andross's attack on Corneria is centered around the old army base in Corneria City. Corneria City sounds stupid because the name of the planet is Corneria. That's like saying Earth City is the name of a city that we have. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Approach the city through the southern canyon. There's a hyphen there, so I don't sound too stupid. Through the southern canyon. This should give you the element of surprise. Take out all the fighters and ground forces. Beware of the falling rubble from the buildings of the city, and watch out for berserk construction robots. Like, yeah, the big robots holding girders, those were construction robots that were, like, hacked by Andross to destroy buildings, which is like, that's crazy. That's some crazy lore that you'd never know. You'd think it was just some, you know, big old treaded walker thing that Andross dropped on Corneria. But anyway, yeah, I don't know, I might do that for some planets, but definitely not everyone. It's pretty cool, though. Like, in the Planetary Compendium, it says that 85% of the Lylat system's population actually lives on Corneria, which is nuts. That's silly. Anyway, so let's get right into this. So I basically just have to fail every single mission, but still beat every mission to get into round 1, if that makes any sense. Alright, so obviously gonna start by flying in through that southern canyon that they were talking about. Again, failed to check the G diffuser system, as Gina and I were joking about. I just kind of skipped over that shit. That's some major boring shit, as Tank would say in the Matrix. Was that Tank or was that Dozer? No, I think that character's name was Tank.
Thanks, Fox. I thought they had me.
You're welcome, Slippy. I must have heard, thanks, Fox, I thought they had me a bajillion times in my life. So yeah, like I was saying, I'm not really going for any high scores or anything like that with this. It's not a really high-scoring route. I know some of the better routes to take if you're looking for high scores. I know I've gotten some pretty good ones myself. You know, I used to be, back in the day, I used to be pretty good. I used to know how to do, like, the charge unlock shots and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I still can do charge unlock shots, but it's just a little more difficult now. Gotta know exactly where to put that fucking... Exactly where to put that, charged laser. Yeah, there's some, like, weird pro tips for this game, just the way that it works. Like, you can, there's certain things that you can shoot repeatedly that give you points. And to me, this is kind of bullshit, because it's like, why should that count to your total score? Like, that kind of stuff should be, like, made illegal in the, in, like, the professional rankings. Because there's certain things where, there's certain times where you can just, like, shoot at the ground, like, charge shots over and over again. And it just gives you a shitload of points. And, yeah, personally, that's kind of dumb. Because you're not killing anything, you're not hitting anything. You just know that there's this glitch in the system right over here, and you just keep shooting at it. Stupid. Anyway, yeah, I don't have anybody to talk to on this one, like I said. I'm just kind of playing by myself. So, excuse if I just fucking ramble, because this is going to be all just stream of consciousness for me, because I'm actually trying to fucking play the game, too. Oh yeah, I gotta fail. Actually, because I saved Falco, I can change my course, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Nah, I want to go the proper way, so yeah, screw it. I'm not going to go through all the arches. So yeah, normally to find the secret, you have to save Falco, and then you have to fly through all of those stone arches, and that, and then he comes up with the idea of flying through the waterfall to find where the Andross's aircraft carrier, where he's dropping troops from, is. I mean, it's a stretch, but I kind of get it. It kind of makes sense. Because it's like, you save Falco, so therefore he's there to see you, to observe you flying through all the different stone rings. And he's like, I have an idea. Let's fly through this stone ring. So, yeah, I got my hand off the controller. Well, not entirely, but off the shooty part so I can take a drink of my big old beer. It's not beer on the keyboard episode if I'm not drinking a big old beer. Or any beer, for that matter. Nothing special today, just the usual. Just drinking a big-ass mug of Rolling Rock. So, easiest boss ever, by the way. It's like, come on. I remember actually having trouble with this boss when I was playing the store demo as a little kid. It's one of those weird memories. Because this game came out in '97, so I was 8 years old. And I think the store demo was out a little prior to that, so I think I might have been 7. And I was having trouble with this boss as I was playing it. But I didn't understand the mechanics of the game at the time. That, and you know, you're a little kid, you don't have the dexterity that you have when you're an adult. Hand-eye coordination gets better. One of the reasons why video games are so important, help with that hand-eye coordination. I mean, so do other things, you know, Little League and Pee-wee football and all that kind of stuff, too. I don't know if I would sign up my kid for Pee-wee football, though. Not that I have a kid, but if I did, I'm not sure if I would sign up for Pee-wee football, considering all the stuff that we've learned about tackling over the years. Oh, shit, the asteroid field. So yeah, what is the mission for this one? Our probes have picked up enemy activity in the Meteo planetoid system. Looks like Andross has built a planetoid crusher to clear his way through the belt for his invasion fleet. We need to have the Star Fox team check it out. Keep your eyes peeled as you move through the planetoids. Again, there's a hyphen there, so try not to sound too stupid. Their movement is usually predictable, but if any of those rocks collide, it could send them careening off in wild directions. I've also scanned unusual warp energy readings in this sector, which I won't be utilizing. If you find the source of, explore it, and find out if it's part of Andross's attack. So yeah, it kind of gives you some details about the game, as far as the game lore there, like why Andross has stuff in Meteo. First of all, he has his crusher there, which is destroying the asteroids to clear a way for a larger invasion fleet on Corneria. And then also, yeah, there's warp stuff going on there because that warp goes to Katina, where it's also, there's a Corneria military base, and also it's getting attacked by Andross's forces, so he's kind of like fighting a war on several fronts. And, yeah, it kind of explains all that for you in the player's guide. So anyway, though, yeah, Pee Wee football. Yeah, all the stuff we learned about concussions and all that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, I don't know if kids should be tackling each other, man. I'm honestly not even sure if people who are under the age of 18, under the legal age of adulthood, should be participating in a sport like that, because it's like, it just seems detrimental to the brain in the long term. Not that I want to get rid of tackling in football. I fucking love football. I talk about it on the podcast all the time. Justin and I both talk about it on the podcast all the time. Shit, we did a Let's Play of Madden too. Like, we love football. And, you know, tackling is a big part of it. It's an important part of it, but yeah, I'm not sure if we should be letting kids, or even young adults who aren't quite not minors yet, you know, be tackling each other. Seems a little too fighty. Seems a little too brain damagey. Plus, I ain't getting paid for it neither. That's why I'm not into college football, man. Like, if I'm gonna watch young men give each other brain damage, I prefer that they're fucking millionaires. That way, it's like they can at least afford the care they might need in the future. They're at least getting paid to hurt each other, you know. Like boxers, man. I love boxing. I love the sport of boxing. Probably have to do a fight night Let's Play with Justin at some point. But yeah, I love the sport of boxing, and yeah, if these guys weren't getting paid millions of dollars to just pummel each other, I'm not sure if I would like it as much. Especially, like I said, nowadays with all the talk of concussions and shit like that. Jesus, Peppy, keep fucking running into my charge shots, you asshole. Boom. That was a good one.
The enemy's coming from behind.
It's pretty easy to get a high score on Meteo. Get like a rank-in medal score on Meteo. Really easy to do it when you take the warp, though. It's possible, but more difficult to do it without taking the warp.
I guess it's your turn to be thanked.
There's just so much shit flying around, and it all just gives you points. You know, me and Gina have this running joke where wherever she sees a bee, I point it out to her, and then she goes, "A bee!" It's a stupid joke. It actually dates back to her watching me play through Skyrim, where I picked up one of the items that was a bee in a jar. And, she just, like, looked up from... She was, like, on her laptop or something, and she just looked up at the TV and was just like, "A bee!" And from then on, whenever there's a bee, make sure to point it out to her so she can go, "A bee!" And I'm surprised I fucking didn't have the foresight to do that when I was playing this with her, because there's those little fucking bumblebee guys right before the checkpoints.
Never give up.
Yippee! You did it!
I'm not sure what Slippy's yipping me for. I didn't do shit. Oh, they're just congratsing me every time I get that +7. Apparently a lot of people were really tripped out when this game had dialogue, because they were like, they're little talky animals. Because, you know, the first game came out on Super Nintendo, they didn't have spoken dialogue, it was all just text. And a lot of people were tripped out with the N64 version, like, why are these fucking animals talking? This is creepy.
Enemy shield analyzed.
Like, a lot of people point at Sonic when it comes to, like, a whole generation of furries, but... I don't know. I'm thinking Star Fox might be more the thing that really got the ball rolling. I fucking hate this boss, by the way. Like, the design is cool. I don't have an issue with that. I just fucking hate the boss, the guy who's piloting the ship. He's a fucking dickhead. Like, they're all dickheads, but this guy's especially just a little piece of shit. Snobby. Oh, yeah. And they pulls this shit, too. He's like, "Oh, you've defeated me." And then, no. Obviously, I had not.
gonna listen to that monkey? You're not as stupid as you look!
Plus he says I look stupid. I mean, he also implied that I was stupid, just not as stupid as I look. Which implies that I look very stupid. And then he calls me scum, too. That's like, fuck, dude, for an E for Everyone game that came out in 1997 with little talkie animals, calling somebody scum is pretty bad. It's like the worst you can do.
All aircraft report.
I'm having some trouble here.
Oh, you're fine, Slippy. I'm trying to time my beer so that I'm actually done with it by the time the game's over. But at this rate, I actually might be done with my beer before the game. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm playing it all the way through one way or another, but we'll see what happens. Okay, onto a very cool level that I actually hardly ever get to play. So, Fortuna here. Which, funny story. Fortuna was supposed to be Ficina, but there was some sort of error in something was lost in translation. There was an error along the way where this got named Fortuna in the English version. I think in Star Fox Assault for the GameCube, there was a Fortuna and a Ficina, but don't quote me on that. Don't ever quote me on anything. So yeah, Fortuna is a fucking icy planet. So this is kind of rad too. You find out that the base here, the Cornerian base here, actually isn't even a... What's it called? It isn't even a military base. It's actually like a research facility. Fortuna, an icy world devoid of vegetation, is home to only a few members of the Cornerian Defense Force. They don't even really call it an army. They call it a defense force. That's weird. And a team of scientists. Because of a large amount of frozen water on the planet, it was the ideal candidate for terraforming, and there is some thought that it might be possible to convert it into a garden world, much like Corneria. So this is a piece of lore that isn't mentioned in-game, just in the player's guide. But this lore is actually turns out to be like legit, like confirmed in canon, because in Star Fox Assault, they go to Ficina, and there is actually a terraforming facility that's doing this. It's melting the water and increasing the atmosphere and therefore increasing the planetary temperature. Our base on Fortuna has been overrun by Andross's forces. We need to liberate it from their clutches before he has a chance to use the top secret information stored there for his own evil ends. Not sure how top. Probably just terraforming stuff, right? And like, I'm pretty sure Andross already has that, but whatever. Go to Fortuna and scout out the base, but be on the lookout for enemy fighters. Your old rivals, the Star Wolf team of space pirates, are also rumored to be in the area, so watch your six. I know what Pigma Dengar did to your father, Fox, but don't let your emotions get to the best of you. I'm kind of glad Gina isn't here for this one. She would say fucking Pigma Dengar fucked my dad or something.
Recover our base from the enemy army.
Oh god, one of my buddies, after seeing that episode, sent me some Rule 34 stuff of Peppy and James McCloud fucking, and I'm like, god damn it, why does everyone have to ruin shit for me? Can't you just let me have this? It's like, this is this one slice of innocence I have left, and you guys are ruining it. Anyway, very cool concept of a level. I don't play it very often because it's like one of the lower scoring levels. And, you know, in my prime of playing this, I was always going for those high scores. So, I kind of always skipped it. Because, like, if I'm going to... my typical high score route wouldn't be... Well, of course wouldn't be the route I'm taking, but it also wouldn't really have me going to Meteo at all. Meteo is a great place to rack up a lot of points. But if you don't get that warp, then it's worthless. So the warp is really where the big money is. So not going through the warp, the only route you can take from there, you automatically go here to Fortuna. So it's a place I haven't played in a while, to be perfectly honest. Oops, sorry, Falco. I was a subscriber to Nintendo Power back in the day, and a smart-ass kid wrote into them and asked if Falco and the rest of the Star Fox team are from a different star system, how does he know about Einstein to use it as a sarcastic pejorative against Fox when you shoot him? And to which Nintendo Power sarcastically responded, because the game developers are from Earth, Einstein. Funny. I mean, it's funny. It made me chuckle, but I don't know. They might have hurt that kid's feelings. He's probably asking a real question. He was breaking that lore apart, you know. Anyway, like I was saying, though, it's a cool concept for a level. Andross's forces have taken over the base, so he's got his Invader-class fighters coming out of the base and fucking up the Star Fox team at first. And then, about midway through, all of a sudden, the Star Wolf team shows up. They're finally introduced. It's the earliest level you can fight them in. And, yeah, I mean, you fuck them up pretty easily, obviously. Those Wolfen 1s suck ass. It's those upgraded ships in Venom 2 that are the worst ones, but yeah, they block charge shots. I forgot about that. Where was I going with that conversation? I don't know. Like I said, stream of consciousness right now. I'm just kind of fucking playing. But yeah, having like a rival team is a good. Oh fuck me. Goddamn. Well, my my console or my cartridge decided to be like, hey, fuck you. Oh, shit. Oh, there it goes again. Oh, let's see if I can get this fucker to work. That's troubles working with old technology, man. That's why I was talking in the first Star Fox episode that I did about... Well, I think it was the first Star Fox episode I was talking about it, but I was talking about the importance of archiving these old video games, because as they get older, they get harder and harder to play in their original states, and there needs to be something done where we can archive them. In any case, though, hopefully the cartridge gods have smiled upon us. I did everything I was supposed to, took it out, blew on it, spit on it, licked the shaft while I worked the balls, so hopefully it's pleased enough with me that it will, grace me with letting me play it for a little while longer. And if not, I will probably yell fuck really loud in the microphone, and that's how we're going to end the episode. Cool. So, here we are on Fortuna, like I said. Pretty cool level. I like the Star Wolf team. I like how their whole design is like the antithesis of Star Fox, Wolf and a Fox. Pig and a hare, both farm animals. The pig and the hare, not the wolf and the fox. What else do we got? Well, we'll see him right here, so... Oh yeah, Leon, he's a gecko or whatever. Gecko and a frog. Or a toad, I guess. And then Monkey and a... Well, Falco isn't technically a falcon. He's like a Vietnamese pheasant or something. So I don't know how monkey and pheasant really go together, but whatever. Oh, he's the one who always actually goes after Slippy. Falco, the guy who always goes after him, is the gecko. Maybe they were designed as the antithesis, but then they just kind of, their personalities changed along the way, and they decided, hey, Wolf's obviously gonna chase after Fox. He's gonna be his main target. But for everybody else, hey, let's have the lizard guy go after Falco. He'll be like, have the same kind of personality as him, and Pigma obviously has a history with Peppy, so he's gonna go after him every time, and then and Andrew, is he Andross's cousin or nephew or something like that? I can't remember his exact relation, but he's definitely got his... Well, I was gonna say he got his position in the Star Wolf team because of nepotism, but that's not entirely accurate. I mean, the Star Wolf team, they're mercenaries, a lot like the Star Fox team. Oh, sorry, Pep. They're mercenaries, a lot like the Star Fox team. They're called space pirates, which means that they're probably operating under contract with Andross. Maybe they were only a 3-person team and decided to let Andrew join. if they can get a big old contract with his Uncle Andros. Oh, he does. Yeah, he does say Uncle Andros when you shoot him down. So yeah, he is his nephew. Yep, there you go. Confirmed.
There's one more to go.
Yeah, I don't know. Their whole thing is confusing. You think if Andros was your uncle, you wouldn't need to fucking be a space pirate. Whatever.
What the heck?
Oh, how convenient. Wolf's the last one left.
Danger. 1 minute to explosion.
Yeah, that's another cool part about this too.
Let's take care of these guys first.
There's like, oh, there's a fucking bomb at the base. Danger, 1 minute till explosion. And they're like, well, we gotta get rid of these guys before we can fly in there, or else they'll just shoot us down. And then you go take care of the bomb. Your wings just, they don't even fucking try with that landing sequence. Your wings just clip through it, like, whatever. Oh, fuck, I was supposed to fail that. Oh, whatever. I'll just change course. Oh. I don't know. Should I retry the level? Because it's going to be different now. Because now the Star Wolf team's not going to fight me on Bolse.
Heavy ship is in the docking bay.
Well, whatever. It's not the authentic Route 1 experience, but screw it. I'll just change course. I don't want to replay that level all over again. God forbid I start replaying that level again and then the fucking game crashes on me, so... Yeah, I'm not gonna waste any more time than I have to. Even though that was 5 minutes. I could just go back, replay the whole thing, stop recording, replay the whole thing, and then lie to you guys, and it'd be like, oh, this is what happened, but nah, whatever, I'm not gonna do that. To Sector X! Oh, Sector X.
Reports indicate
Do-do-do-do-do, shoo-ba-doo-doo-doo-doo-dow. Why are we here? Our spies report that Andros has been developing a starbase in Sector X, but all that our remote sensors can now pick up is a huge field of space debris. We can't tell if Andros' base construction project has been destroyed by some kind of accident, or if this is part of his plan. It could also be a trap. Our scientists have also detected unusual wormhole radiation in the sector. In case a wormhole warp is part of Andros' invasion plans, we need you to explore where the warp might lead. And my god damn it, I was fucking reading and the game already started. Jesus Christ. Okay. This is actually a good level to get a pretty good score on. Because there's just so much shit here in the beginning.
Enemy group behind us. Man, fast.
This is kind of actually one of my favorite levels. I really like the whole concept of it. I think I actually talked in detail to Gina about it when I was playing Route 21. How, like, there's a big field of debris because he was building a base there, and then the AI for his fucking Doomsday robot, his attack bot, like, went crazy. And, you know, fucked everybody's shit up. Well, fucked Andros' shit up. And yeah, you get little, like, glimpses of the boss. The arms and stuff flying around. I don't know what happens there, though. It must, like, be reassembling itself or something. Maybe it destroyed itself. Or maybe it got destroyed by Andros' forces. He still has a bunch of fighters in the area, obviously. So maybe that's what happened. I don't know. Makes you wonder, like, after you kill it, maybe does it just reassemble itself again?
Interceptor system, dead ahead.
Anyway, here's the right path for this level. You guys already got to see me play the left one. And these can totally get... Oh no, I thought you could hit him in the middle. Oh well. Yeah, that was an example of a charged unlock shot. The good thing about those is, so you can't charge another shot while your first one is flying towards its target. So by doing the unlock shots where you just fire it before you let it lock on, you can get those bonus hit points from the splash damage and also just continuously fire them. Like when you see like really high-end players, guys way fucking better than me at this game, trying to go for high score runs. Like, yeah, it's just constant charge shots. They don't fuck around with the lasers at all. Some bombs in there too, because sometimes there's like such huge groups of enemies that you can't resist. Like the beginning of this level, it's best just to nuke everything with smart bombs. Okay, now I gotta remember, don't beat the boss, because if I don't beat the boss, then everything will make sense. The reason why I'm going to Titania will make sense. Because I want as close to the true Route 1 experience minus that last setback, so that means I gotta let Slippy get knocked into Titania where we go there, which is a level I'm super unfamiliar with. I haven't played Titania in forever.
Destroy. Destroy. Enemy shield analyzed. I will terminate all enemies.
Come on, get some. Come on, show me that weak point. Where you at? Where you at? Ow, fucker. Yeah, I got this game right when it came out, back in 1997. It was actually a birthday gift from my sister. Hey Carrie, by the way, in case you're watching, thanks for the birthday gift. I'm still playing it as a 31-year-old man. Yeah, it was a birthday gift, and it actually was the first Nintendo 64 game to have like Rumble Pack support, and it included the Rumble Pack with it. And like, you know, nowadays we kind of take force feedback for granted. Like, your controller vibrates. It's what you're used to experiencing. But back then, it was like revolutionary. It was the first thing. It was a special accessory that you plugged into the controller to get it to do that. Yeah, that's nuts.
Crazy.
Let me handle this.
Do it, Slippy. Go handle this. And then get slapped. Oh, fuck.
Slippy!
Nice little beer break there. Alright.
Destroy.
Slippy's now caterwauling towards Titania.
I must be complete.
Oh, still got hit plus 10 even though Slippy went out. Weird. So that was Sector X. I'm gonna read a little bit of the astronomic data for you guys too, because this is like the first non-planet we've gone to. Well, except for the asteroid field, obviously, but that isn't, you know, it's an asteroid field, duh. Even though the asteroid field is so dense that it would just be a ring around Corneria at that point, because all the rocks would just smash into each other and it would just turn into a dust. But anyway, Sector X is one of the 3 mysterious zones where luminous space dust has formed a nebula that appears in the shape of a giant letter. Scientists are sure these formations aren't natural, but so far no one has explained the phenomena. Sector X has many strange magnetic currents that make travel extremely hazardous. I think there's a little side thing in this here too. No, maybe not. Okay. Whatever. I thought there was a side thing that says something like a failed experiment by Andros as the result of Sector X or something like that. But whatever. Here we are on Titania. It's known as the Red Planet because of the huge ion storms that swirled dust from the surface of the planet into its stratosphere. Archaeologists have found surprisingly advanced ancient ruins on this planet, and in fact, a high-tech planetary defense system codenamed Goros is still active, which, spoiler alert, is the boss of this level. The mission description goes as such. Traffic to Titania is usually restricted, but we've heard that Andros' scout forces are on the planet. We don't know what they're up to, but if they gain control of the technology of the planet's ancient Goros defense system, who knows what Andros might use it for. Get down there and see what Andros is planning and neutralize Goros if you can. Since Corneria's tank core is limited, your team's Landmaster is the only vehicle that can do the job. Good luck. Doesn't say shit about Slippy, because the only time you go to Titania is if Slippy goes there. So that's actually some bullshit lore right there. It should be like, traffic's normally limited to Titania, but because your teammate is fucking stranded on that planet and we're getting distress signals from them, you can go down and fucking save them. Yeah, whatever. That's weird. It's also weird that you take the tank in this one, because If you're looking for a downed pilot, wouldn't it be better to do an aerial search than go on the ground? But whatever.
What are you doing? It's too dangerous there.
I can't leave Slippy hanging.
Can't leave Slippy hanging. God damn, General Pepper, you're cold as fuck, dude. Damn, son, he was just gonna be like, oh, you can't go there. It's fucking Slippy's. Let Slippy die. Just move on. Whatever. I'm not a big fan of the Landmaster or Blue Marine levels. There's only 2 tank levels and 1 submarine level. Submarine level is bad. I don't like it at all. And I don't know. I just don't like playing as a tank. It just doesn't seem tactically necessary. Like, I get they wanted to switch it up and everything, but it's like the train level, for example, is really cool. Macbeth. I really like that level. It's I like the boss. I like how you can skip the entire boss fight by basically launching the train into Andross's weapons facility, causing the whole shebang to explode. It's pretty cool. But why are you in a tank? If you're fighting a fucking train, wouldn't it be more efficient to fight it, I don't know, in an aircraft? Like the ones that you have, the ones you've been using, the ones that you use in every other fucking mission? I don't know. And then this one, like I also said, is a search and rescue mission. So why, again, are you in a fucking tank? I guess in case Slippy had to, like, eject, or you have to pull him out of the R-Wing, then you could be able to grab him on the ground, I guess is the only thing I can think of, but still. Maybe launch the tank when you know where he is to pick him up, but as far as the search part, like, you guys don't even know where he is, so I don't know. Again, rambling, but these are just weird thoughts I have about this game. And then, God, don't even get me started on the submarine level. And I'm gonna save that rant for when I actually, when I'm actually playing it. But the submarine level seems so pointless to me. Oh, these rad laser things have a cool animation. I like that. Forgot about these guys. They're like chasing you with their little laser beams. That's fucking cool as hell. I like their little skinny little things that are holding them up. Skinny little pillars. There's Andross's lame-ass tanks you see rolling by too. Blow them up in one shot, or just miss them entirely. Whatever, bombs, that counts. Use bombs wisely. Maybe it just says the same shit over and over again. Do a barrel roll. Use bombs wisely. It's quiet, too quiet. Checkpoint, that means we're halfway there. Gonna dodge that pillar and shoot these guys and boost over here and get this extra bomb. Cause I used a lot for like no good reason. Yeah, man, they give you a lot of bombs in this level. What's the deal? I don't think this is... The only boss I can think of where you can only damage him with bombs is the submariner in Zonus. Really cool level too, by the way. Zonus is a great concept. I think you can, if I remember correctly, you can only get to Zonus through Aquas, which means that in order to play, like, honestly, Zonus is one of my favorite levels of the game, and in order to play that, it means I gotta fucking play Aquas, which is easily my least favorite level in the game. Fucking fuck you, and fuck you. Blowing just... Man, this is a kind of a high-scory level, man. I guess I'm past the checkpoint. Never mind. I've only got 100 hits. Probably could have got a lot more, though. Kind of fucking around and talking and shit, so... Yeah, once I hit this old boss here...
Hold together just a bit further.
Ah! I'm hit!
Oh, there's old Slip there.
Is that you?
Radio communications back online with old Slippy Dippy.
Slippy!
My score's gonna suck for the first 2 levels, by the way, too, since I had to restart. I actually had to restart twice. That's one thing I didn't mention. Yeah, after that crash on Fortuna, I had to restart the game, started playing again, beat Corneria, crashed again. Sweet, let's do this one more time, I said to myself, and I was boosting the entire time, so I wasn't really focusing on shooting anybody. I mean, on the upside though, it hasn't crashed yet, and if it crashed, whoa, tail. And if it crashed a third time, I'd have been like, fuck it. I'm not going to play more Star Fox today.
I made it! I'll analyze right away.
Go for the chest.
I'm trying to, his dumb head gets in the way.
Here it comes.
God damn, this thing is gross. Get the fuck out of the way, dumb head. Whoa, mouth beam.
Take out his arms, boss.
Oh, yeah, this boss actually works a lot, like, mechanically, a lot like, the boss of Area 6. You have to shoot its appendages off, and then that opens up the center where it becomes its weak point. Obviously, a lot easier than the boss of Area 6, but still. Yeah, it's a cool level. I kind of like this level. As far as the tank missions are concerned, I'm like, this one's kind of rad. If it wasn't a search and rescue mission, I'd be okay with the tank in this one, because you'd be like on the ground in this like ancient place that there's ruins and archaeological sites and all that kind of stuff. So being on the ground kind of makes sense for that, especially because of all the sandstorms and stuff too. It would also be reasonable to be on the ground for that, because you're not getting a whole ton of air support. You're like, I can't see shit on the ground. I'm up here, there's sand in the way, fuck. But, yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, shit. Anybody out there with any military experience? I'm not 100% sure what that little sparkle. Oh, it's because, yeah. Because after after my battery died the first time around, it erased all of the levels I've ever beaten. And that little sparkle represents that you beat that level but didn't earn a medal on it. Oh, Bolse Defense Outpost. Shit. Yada yada yada. Andross's super defense satellite, Bolse, is the last line of defense before you reach Venom. We don't have a lot of information about this satellite since none of the scout ships we sent there have ever returned. A powerful force field protects it from remote scanning and makes weapons of the large capital ship useless against it. A small strike team of fighters, such as the Star Fox team, might be able to bring down the force field and attack the core. Watch out for the Star Wolf team, they're sure to be on the prowl this close to Venom. So long... Oh my god, I'm getting my shit fucked up. Alright, so long story short is... It's got these, like, pylons and generators, all this crap going on that just make it immune to, like, capital ships. And also, I guess it's got to be equipped with some sort of, like, really, like, high-powered long-range laser, something you don't see this close to it, but it's got to have some sort of crazy cannon on it that can also shoot down capital ships, because... yeah.
Those ships are shielded too.
Otherwise, it would be a really stupid weapon, and there'd be no reason for me to be here. I don't like the design for Bolse. I mean, I like the design when you're in the level proper, but, like, on the map screen, it just looks like this big fucking rectangle. It's just a dumb box. You're like, that's dumb. That's a dumb shape for a satellite. How'd they get that up there?
They don't give up.
A square or a rectangle or a cube is a pretty efficient shape in the grand scheme of things, but I don't know, it's just... I guess they would have to fly it up there piece by piece. It would just be way too big to just launch it from Venom and have it reach escape velocity and get in orbit around it. So yeah, it had to be constructed out in space. So I guess it doesn't fucking matter what shape it is. It doesn't need to be aerodynamic. You can have a big stupid cubey shape.
I won't let you get away from me.
I do kind of like the concept of the level being a boss, too. And they did a really good job of that with this. It's this first phase that you have to deal with, where you shoot all the reactor pylons or whatever.
The force field is disappearing.
Get rid of that force field. Stop the gravitational anomalies that are occurring too, because it's like weird as fuck to fly when the force field's active, and then it just goes into regular all-range mode after that. Some fighters launch, whatever, and then like the core has to cool. Like, why does the core have to cool? I guess the reactor pylons had to be performing some sort of cooling thing in addition to keeping the force field active, because the core appears allegedly because it has to cool, so it goes out into the, you know, it juts itself out into atmosphereless space where it's cold as fuck. Why does it have to cool? Like I said, I guess the reactor pylons had to have been doing something to maintain its temperature.
Get this guy off me!
Otherwise, there's no reason for the core to pop up.
Good, I see the enemy core.
Blow up a whole space station just because Andros is like, fuck you, dude, I'm gonna show my core off. Anyway, Starwolf would normally show up here, and should show up here, because there should be at least one remaining member of Starwolf if I did this route proper. Basically, Fortuna would have exploded. Well, the base on Fortuna would have exploded, because I wouldn't have disarmed the bomb in time. But I wasn't thinking. Shot down Starwolf by accident.
Location confirmed.
However, any remaining members would meet you here, effectively. Which is kind of cool. Kind of cool that he even considered that, too. Like,
It's really starting to tick me off.
it wouldn't be, like, it's not all of Starwolf that shows up. It's just, like, some members of Starwolf, whatever ones survived Fortuna, would show up.
That was too close.
Move it, Fox. He's right behind you.
Whammy. Yeah, the hit plus 10 on every single one of those panels is actually kind of nuts. If you were to fight the entire Starwolf team here, shoot them down in a reasonable time, then shoot all the panels, you could actually get a pretty fucking high score on this one. Especially because all the pylons, too, that's going to be a hit plus 3. And then all of the regular fighters that are flying around as well, so... yeah, I can actually see somebody getting a decent score on that one. Anyway, here's the other side of Venom. No map select screen, just go right to Venom.
Don't relax. We're not done yet. Time to show the monkeys who's boss. They're everywhere. These guys just keep coming.
I've heard that some people have managed to get the medal for Venom on this one, on Venom 1. And I've never managed to do that. It's just so much easier to do it on Venom 2 because you fight the Starwolf team, they're each hit plus 50. So that alone is enough for you, as long as you keep all the members of your team alive, that alone is enough for you to get the medal. But then you tack on the fact that Andros's eyes are each worth a certain amount, and his brain itself is like hit plus 10. Like, you're rocking over 200, and the required amount for the medal on this one's 200, so... like I said, never personally done it, but I've heard people have been able to do it without much of a problem. I guess if you really stock up on bombs, because there's a lot of shit to kill out here for sure. Might be one of those great spots to use the charged and lock shots too. Well, shit, actually. I mean, I don't want to jinx myself here, but I haven't gotten
Location confirmed.
the checkpoint yet. And I'm at 125, so I'm not doing fucking bad, that's for sure. Old Pepster, just keep following you. Not because you fucked my dad. Or my dad fucked you. I can't remember which. There's a note, obviously I'm not going to pause the game and fucking read out of the player's guide, but there's a note about these blocks. Apparently they're like Andross's like teleportation technology. They're like prototypes for it. They just appear out of a, oh, what do you call those? Like an intermediary dimension. I can't remember the word I'm looking for, but like, yeah, they just pop out of like a pocket dimension. That's what it's called. They just like come out of like a little pocket dimension.
Jeez Louise, what is that?
Yeah, like I said, player's guides back in the day were rad, man. They had all sorts of stuff. This fucking boss. You never see his face, man. He's always running away from you.
Don't get too close, Fox.
Yeah, the description of this boss too has something to do with the natives of Venom before they were subjugated by Andross, like the ancient race that lived on Venom. Like he was some sort of like temple guardian or something like that. And then obviously, you know, the race, these are all monkey-esque statues. So either they are a race of primate people, or they basically worshipped Andross and were enslaved by him. Tough to say. Although the statues and everything do look pretty weathered. But then again, this is also like legitimately Andross's base. Like, after I beat this guy, I'm just gonna fly straight down the fucking tunnel some more and go fight Andross, so... Yeah, I think how Slippy just designed to ask me if I'm okay there. My shields are 100. Have both my wings. Hyper lasers. Still got a smart bomb. Yeah, Slip, I'm good. Thanks, though. Appreciate you asking.
I'll go it alone from here.
You know, that's funny. That's something I never really noticed anytime I played this. You go from flying into a temple and going through tunnels, then you're just randomly outside again, and then you're flying back underground into a different tunnel. Kind of weird. They could have just had you continuing on through the corridor, but whatever. Anyway, get prepared for a pretty darn easy final boss fight because, yeah. Andross from Venom 1 totally sucks. And then there isn't even the escape sequence for this one. Just beat him, he explodes, you leave. Do the same thing I always do with this ball. Shoot them in the hands until they fall off. And then shoot him in the eye sometimes too. And shoot a bomb down his throat. And now he can't breathe because there's a bomb in his throat. But steam comically comes out of his nose and ears. So you shoot him in the eyes until he shakes his face off. And what is left? It's a crazy robot thing with stupid bat ears. Imagine being a kid and finally getting to this part and being just like so disappointed. And then, you know, of course, realizing later that there's a way tougher final boss. I'm not sure if this is one of the first games I played with multiple endings, but if this was the first game I played with multiple endings, but it's definitely up there. and like meaningful multiple endings, I should say. Obviously, there was a lot of like, Super Nintendo games. We all remember,
Are you okay?
Metroid and everything. Well, Metroid was on,
Okay, I'll admit
okay,
it.
NES,
You did good,
Metroid. Depending on how fast you beat the game, I think it was. Samus either looked at the screen in full armor, or looked at the screen, took off her helmet, or looked at the screen in a bikini. And those are technically different endings, but, are they meaningful? Do they really matter? No. This is like totally different last level, totally different last boss fight with this game. So I think this might be one of the first games I played that had alternate endings. So yeah, there you go. That was Route 1. The only thing that I would have liked to have done differently, of course, was Fortuna. I would have liked to have Fortuna explode. And then I would have also had some Starwolf dudes to beat. But we have lots of other routes to go through, so I'm not going to bother going back and doing that one again. Because, yeah, let's take a little peek here at the routes. What we got? Route 2 is a success. So yeah, when I get to Route 3, you'll basically see... You'll see me go from... failing Fortuna to Bolse eventually. I think I go through Macbeth instead of Titania on Route 3. But point is, though, you'll see me back at Bolse after failing Fortuna. Just imagine there's Starwolf, there's the Starwolf team, whatever surviving members show up. Again, rambling. I've also finished my big old... Oh, no, tiny little bit left. Cheers. Now I've finished my big old beer. Cool. That's fun. I like playing this game. I feel like I can just relax and talk when I play this game, but I also feel like I need to throw in some fun little tidbits in there. So that's why I'm just going to be referring to the player's guide and reading stuff out of that, because I think it's kind of interesting. Like the lore... Actually, let's go to the lore of Venom while this is playing. If I can find it. Figures I find it and now everybody's going to talk.
Star Fox, we are in your debt. I would be honored to have you as part of the Cornerian...
Oh, no, sir. We prefer doing things our own way.
Great Fox is ready to go.
It's time for us to go now.
Alright, so yeah, Venom. It says, Fox, we have very little information about the mysterious planet of Venom. Andross has undoubtedly built a base of maze-like tunnels. Every time I try and read out of the player's guide, I sound stupid. I'm a good reader, god damn it. Anyway, undoubtedly built a base of maze-like tunnels going deep into the planet. Because his base is hewn from solid rock, there is no way for us to learn anything about it from orbit. You guys don't have scanners I can go through rock? Whatever. At this point, you'll be up against the most elite enemy forces. The Starwolf team is sure to show up, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were flying the most advanced ships in Andross's arsenal. This will be your last battle. You go up against Andross himself. Be prepared to fight hard. Yeah, Venom sucks too. If I can just point out the planetary data to you guys. 0% for hydrographics. I imagine from context that means that how much water is on the planet. 0%. There's no fucking water on Venom? What are they doing on Venom? Like, how are people living on Venom? Weird. Another one, its gravity is 1.5 times heavier than Corneria. I base off the fact that gravity is rated as 1.43 and the gravity at Corneria is 1.000. It's a harsh frontier world on the periphery of the Lilat system. Atmosphere is almost unbreathable, and the rocky surface is broken by rough cliffs and chasms. Because of its distance from Corneria, it's never been fully explored. Yeah, the atmosphere is supposedly nitrogen, CO2, and chlorine. That is... Did they say almost unbreathable? That's literally unbreathable. That's really toxic. That's bad. Anyway. So that was Route 1. Copyright 1997 Nintendo, minus a couple little hiccups there. That was a pretty successful route, if I do say so myself. And yeah, I'll probably tackle Route 2 next. Yeah. Should I go in order? Leave a comment. Should I go in order? Because that seems like it get really boring really fast if I just was like, go across the bottom, go across the bottom, go across the bottom, and then, you know, finally work my way up to the harder ones. Yeah, let me know. Leave a comment. Obviously, like and subscribe if you like watching me play Star Fox and talking to myself. Cool. Ranked in, but duh. Look at my competition. Until next time, this is Michael from Bear on the Keyboard. Cheers.